Coming up on Oregon News, primary and local election results are in. So far, Eugene has voted no on a new proposed stadium for the Emeralds. Ballots will continue to be counted for the next 3 weeks. All election results will be certified by the county clerk on June 17th. Later on in the show, our very own Caleb Garcia visits some GOATs. And I'm not talking about Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, or Babe Ruth. Oregon News starts right now. Hello and welcome to today's edition of Oregon News. I'm Michael Gonzalez.
And I'm Mario Ponce. Let's get into what's happening in Eugene today. Voters say no to the Eugene Emeralds. More than 65% of the counted ballots are against a newly proposed multi-use stadium in the Lane Event Center. The team was seeking $15 million in public money to construct the new stadium, complementing funds from the federal and state governments. The Emeralds have stated that without the bond, it is more than likely that they will look elsewhere for a new home. On the other hand, 75% of voters said yes to the 4J levy renewal. The new measure provides the district with approximately $27 million annually for the next 5 years. The funds will be allocated for 4J school operational budgets, which provide for teachers, custodians, bus drivers, counselors,
The University of Oregon reached an agreement with student demonstrators on May 22nd to end the 24-day-long pro-Palestine encampment on campus. The agreement describes the admin's commitment to student participation in conversations about any ethical investment, purchasing, and contracting the university plans on making. The resolution will also protect all demonstrators from potential student conduct code violations. The encampment has closed peacefully with no direct action taken by Eugene Police. In a statement to faculty and students, President Carl Schultz expresses his support for a ceasefire. Well, Memorial Day weekend is quickly approaching and Greek life is sure to take advantage of it. Although fun and games are a for sure, safety remains a top priority. Sophie Lead with more on how students are preparing for their trip to Mount Shasta.
That's the sound of Lake Shasta. Well, not quite, but it is Memorial Day weekend where University of Oregon students are trading the cold waters of the Willamette for warmer waters of Lake Shasta. Mostly members of Greek life spend a weekend at Lake Shasta on houseboats and tents on shore. The University of Oregon's Fraternity and Sorority Life Office does not endorse the trip.
This is not something that we support as a university, but students have the choice to do what they want to do.
While Shasta weekend is a highlight for many, the need for safety cannot be overstated.
There is a lot of risk that comes with it and a lot of crisis management that individuals have to practice on their own.
Students are taking steps to ensure a safe weekend.
We bought 10 cases of water, lots of food for everyone on our boat, and more in case other people need some. All the essentials to be safe. Our number one priority is making sure we're all healthy while we're there and everyone else.
Shasta weekend is a time for fun, but most importantly, staying safe. Sophie Lead, Oregon News.
In national news, United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is undergoing a non-invasive procedure today at the Walter Reed Medical Center. The procedure is related to a bladder issue Austin suffered as a result of a previous surgery he underwent to treat prostate cancer last year. The Pentagon says Austin's authority will temporarily be transferred to Deputy Kathleen Hicks. This announcement comes after Austin's visit with Kenyan President William Ruto at the Pentagon to recognize both the U.S. and Kenya's interest in working closely together to maintain relations.
Graffiti can be an artistic outlet, but it can also be a problem when it defaces buildings. Around Eugene, you can see it on many streets. Learn more about a group of volunteers trying to be a part of the solution after the break.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
The International Criminal Court has ordered Israel to halt all military operations in Rafah. This further increases international pressure on the state of Israel to end its war against Hamas. The International Court of Justice issued this ruling after governments and agencies around the globe expressed support for the decision. Within Israel, there is dissent in the War Cabinet over the military situation, with Ministers Benny Gantz and Yoav Gallant criticizing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Israeli government has rejected the charge of genocide, calling it, quote, false, outrageous, and morally repugnant. In international news, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed alongside his foreign minister in a helicopter crash. Raisi's funeral was held yesterday as hundreds of thousands flocked to the streets of Mashhad in attendance, showing a strong support for the regime and its inherent power base. The loss of Iran's most influential political figures comes as the country has buckled under high tensions with nearby Israel.
A settlement has been reached between the families impacted by the Robb Elementary School shooting and the city of Uvalde. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the mass shooting in which an 18-year-old gunman murdered 19 children and 2 teachers. Of the 376 law enforcement agents that responded to the call, none of them breached the campus to confront the shooter for over an hour. The school district was sued along with 92 police officers. The city of Uvalde will pay the impacted families a total of $2 million.
8 people are currently hospitalized after an airboat crashed in Osceola County, Florida. There were 11 passengers aboard and no deaths were reported. The emergency crews responded immediately after the crash this morning. The crash occurred in a canal in Barton Triangle Park in Kissimmee. According to an emergency responder on site, none of the passengers had trauma injuries.
Qualifying for a state championship is a cause for celebration and excitement. But for trans high school athlete Aiden Gallagher, the qualification became a nightmare. The McDaniel High School student athlete won the 200-meter event and was quickly met with a thunderous rain of booing from the Hayward crowd. For the full story, visit our social media platform. Meet the volunteers behind Huckleberry Patrol, a group trying to clean up downtown Eugene from some of the graffiti defacing the streets.
Wednesday mornings for 3 hours, clean up graffiti. So we go around and look for posters, stickers, and graffiti that's been applied to public property, signs, road signs.
But it was free, so.
I've been volunteering with the Eugene Police Department for about 16 years, and they were looking for another member of the Huckleberry team, and I gave it a try. It's a great group of guys. We go out once a week Wednesday mornings for 3 hours, clean up graffiti. So we go around and look for posters, stickers, and graffiti that's been applied to public property, signs, road signs, poles, light poles, and remove those either by spraying them and brushing and rubbing with a cloth, or using a razor blade to remove the stickers.
Well, yeah, I mean, you definitely like looking at all the totals and realize how much you've accomplished. And then over the end of a season, when you've had 2,500 tags, and you think, well, how would downtown look if we hadn't removed those? It would just after year or so.
There's a sense of accomplishment because when you get done, you know, you've made a difference. But then it's a job that it keeps on giving. So there'll always be some work to do. People will say thank you, you know. So I think that's probably the more distinct memory that I have. You know, that's always nice.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So I'm going to be part of the solution. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to get in and do something about it.
Average tumbled by more than 600 points on Thursday, marking Wall Street's lowest close this year. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ Composite followed suit, falling by 0.7% and 0.4% respectively. This came after stockbrokers reacted to unemployment data released by the Labor Department, with jobless claims totaling 215,000. This prompted a major sell-off day in the market. Despite the market drop, chip maker Nvidia soared more than 9% on Thursday. As Eugene braces for a scorching summer, the city's unhoused community faces a dire threat, without sufficient access to air conditioning.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
With climate change on the rise, Eugene is set to experience one of the hottest summers it has ever endured. This poses a huge risk to unhoused communities that do not have access to resources like air conditioning. Reporter Monica Hobbs sits down with community members preparing for the heat.
I have an 18-year-old daughter who just graduated last year. I haven't talked to her since she was 7, so I don't really have like a connection with her at the moment, but I plan on having that in the future once I become more stable and stuff like that in life.
This is Daniel Myers, a Eugene local who's been houseless for the past 6 years. Him and the rest of the houseless community are affected by the heat waves due to global warming in the summer months.
Look, the temperatures keep rising because we keep burning fossil fuels.
So we keep contributing to the greenhouse effect, which makes the planet hotter and makes weather events more extreme. It will continue, these events will continue to get worse until we stop burning fossil fuels. I mean, the houseless community is a prime example of the unfairness of climate change. They already have less resources to deal with this stuff, so when there is something like a big heat wave, that only harms them further, and it harms them more than people with more resources. Yes, there are cooling centers and there are some resources to help, but not only is that not enough, those are all temporary solutions.
I'm here at the Navigation Center, which is one of the shelters in Eugene that provides AC and cooling centers for unhoused community members. I sat down with Daniel Myers, who is also unhoused, and spoke with him about his experiences at Navigation Center. You've only been here for a month, but how is it normally during the heat waves in the summer months when it gets really hot outside?
Well, I'm going to say it does all right because we have air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Like, the services here, they look out for everyone particularly well. Mm-hmm. That's just a given. The staff here legitimately care about people individually.
So, if you didn't go to the cooling centers, how are you keeping cool then during the heat waves?
If I don't go to there, I hit the river.
Before going to the Navigation Center, Daniel previously stayed at Dusk to Dawn Shelter, which is more of a tent-like setup. This shelter does not provide AC.
So we do a lot of fans. We have some sprinkler systems, some misters. A lot of our clients will get them maps and information to where they can locate cooling centers like the library, and also our service station down the street utilizes its building as a cooling center. So
I'm here right now in one of the sleeping tents at Dusk to Dawn right now. And we can see there are a few beds lined around, and it is quite hot in here. But during the day, no residents are allowed to stay in here, and they are able to come in around in the evening and leave at 8:30 in the morning.
Heat exhaustion. A lot of clients try to keep them hydrated. We keep stockpiles of water. So that's another problem we have, is getting the funds or donations for bottled water. So we do the best we can to keep them cool, keep them hydrated. That's probably the biggest factor, is keeping them in the shade and keep them hydrated.
During the heat waves, do you think you and other houseless members rely on each other, or is it kind of in moments like that everyone's out for themselves?
Oh, we definitely rely on each other every day, all the time. Whether there's a heat wave, cold wave, anything. Say you want to become houseless tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The first person you meet would be more than welcome to give you a place to sleep, clothes to wear on your back, and food in your stomach immediately. And that's the atmosphere.
The final round before the NBA Finals is underway. Sports anchor Kayla McLeod with the outlook on both conference finals and results for the first few games so far. Stick around to find out who has a series lead in both conferences.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night-night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Veterans, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't wait. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I gain clients.
I am more. I'm more than who I am on paper.
American, and then you come home and you're Honduran.
Totally relate to that. Like, it's like double personality kind of thing.
Well, a quick trip to Scottsdale, and the Ducks are migrating back north after going 0-2 in the Pac-12 tournament. Caleb?
That's right, Michael. The nationally ranked Oregon Ducks baseball team is looking towards the NCAA baseball tournament after the shocking loss against the University of Southern California, 2-4, denying the Ducks a chance to repeat as Pac-12 tournament champions. This comes after the Ducks dropped their game to Utah this past Wednesday, 2-4. The Ducks will be awaiting their placement for regional games as selection show airs Memorial Day at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The 2024 season for the Oregon softball team ends in dramatic fashion, losing 2-3 against the reigning softball champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. The Ducks end their season 31-20, including 2 top 10 ranked wins and 8 softball players earning Pac-12 honors. This includes Paige Sinicki becoming the second ever Oregon player to be awarded Co-Defensive Player of the Year, along with Ariel Carlson and Kai Lashar being named First Team Pac-12. This marks the 4th season in a row that the Ducks were able to make a regional postseason game. The NBA Conference Finals are underway with 4 teams looking to reach the mountaintop of the basketball world. The Boston Celtics took a quick 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers, winning Game 2 of the series 123-110. The Celtics were led by Jaylen Brown's career playoff-high 40-point performance, along with Jason Tatum and Derek White, both totaling 23 points. The Pacers had a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter before Boston went on a 17-point run. Boston looks to continue their playoff run and take a commanding 3-game lead on Saturday in Indiana, starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Out in the Western Conference, the Dallas Mavericks stole a crucial Game 1 victory against the red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves, 108-105. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving combined for 63 of the Mavericks' 108 points, overwhelming the Timberwolves' defense. The Wolves wouldn't go down without a fight as Jaden McDaniels continues his hot streak with 24 points, including 6 threes, while Anthony Edwards ended with 19 points on 16 shots. The Timberwolves look to even the series tonight in a Game 2 starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. More news related to the NBA community, as the NBA announced an exclusive deal with NBC, Disney, and ESPN starting at the beginning of the 2025 season. ESPN is reportedly paying almost $3 billion a year to gain access to NBA games, ending TNT's deal with the league along with TNT's Inside the NBA show. Inside the NBA has been a fan-favorite show, including the main 4 broadcasters, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson, providing viewers with their thoughts on the league, post-game interviews, and plenty of memorable moments for the past 12 years.
Yoga is a very intimate practice that can be done individually or with a group. But have you ever wondered what it would be like with animals? Caleb Garcia has a story next.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry. I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shaq. You know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Yoga is an activity known for its relaxing effects on the mind and body. But have you ever thought of getting your Zen on with an animal instead of a yoga instructor? Reporter Caleb Garcia has the story.
Original Goat Yoga and Goat Happy Hour was created by Lainey Morse. The main headquarters are located at their ranch in Bellefontaine, Oregon, just 15 minutes north of Eugene. Morse started this goat yoga class in order to help people relieve themselves from their everyday stress and to just have fun. What started as a goat hangout spot turned into a popular goat yoga attraction after one of the clients, who happened to be a yoga instructor, brought up the idea of merging both yoga and goats.
You know, I have to admit, I'm not a yoga person. Before I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, I was a runner. I would do half marathons and trail running, and it was very hard to convince me to do goat yoga. But for me, I'm the goat person, and I saw that the qualities that they had just totally disconnect you from all the bad stuff in the world.
I'm gonna be honest, my girlfriend brought me out here, but I mean, I really enjoyed it, so.
So you guys did a good job trying. I've actually seen goat yoga like all over the place, and so when I came across the flyer, I knew I had to sign up, and yeah, it was a really great experience.
Lainey started this goat yoga class to help relieve people's stress, and I could say that this evening was unforgettable for me. Caleb Garcia, Oregon News.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but all I saw were a bunch of duplicates of Michael Jordan.
Well, I think Messi was also there, and he would make a great yoga partner for sure.
Oh yeah, what do you think, Caleb?
I don't know. I'd pick LeBron James over Michael Jordan if we had to put goats on there.
Yeah, two different eras, definitely. Well, that's it for Oregon News. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.